drink the whole thing.
All right,
Cheers, everyone.
Show off your beer. Show it again.
What?
Show your beer again. We're live. Okay, he's drinking white beer.
My beer is called white.
And I told him I want that.
I'm trying not to feel guilty about it.
So hi everybody. We just decided to get together and show off some stuff. Oh, I was talking to the audience that's non-existent. But anyways, welcome both of you. Thanks for jumping on at short notice. So we've got Donald Rex and Sleepy Reader. I can't even talk. Reader.
I feel like Donald should be sitting on a throne with a scepter.
I know, Mr. Rex. I don't know if you saw the thumbnail.
I assume Rex is a YouTube name, or am I wrong? Is that an actual last name?
No, that's my actual name.
Oh, wow. Interesting. You're the first Rex I've ever met.
I keep calling him the King. Did you see the thumbnail? What did I call it?
Yeah, something about Sleepy King.
Sleepy King in the Hall of the Sleepy King. And then I changed it to in the Garage of the Sleepy King. So that would incorporate all three of us into it.
There you go.
And of course, I changed Rex into King. I don't know if that was permissible, Donald, but I did it. All right, so we're just gonna show off some stuff.
I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So Donald was the initiator, and Donald wanted
the perpetrator.
To show off some stuff because he hasn't made a video since when? February?
Last week in December.
Oh, last week in December. Yeah. You've been on a hiatus.
Yeah. Well, I lost my job at the comic shop, and so I haven't had so much money to spend. And so, stuff has just been trickling in over the month. And I looked around and I said, hey, look, I've got a lot of stuff. And I thought I was going to make a video, but I was waiting for this book that came in the mail today. And so I thought, well, let's get in touch with David and see if he wants to do a live stream.
No.
So here we are.
And his
little
book
bit, you'd be stuck with me too.
Yeah. We're never stuck with you. Wait, something just froze.
No.
Okay, good.
I don't see anything frozen, but maybe one of us has.
As long as we don't die, that's okay. All right. So, Donald, you're going to go first, and I hope you'll start with that gorgeous book that you got.
Oh, okay. Well, I gave blood again this month, and I've got this, popular blood type, and they give me points. They give me points for donating. I got 100 points. And that's good for. I got 1,000 points, and that was good for $100. So I bought some stuff on eBay. And
can you make Donald a larger frame than the rest of us?
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me. I forgot how to do that. Wait, like this.
If it's on the computer, you just
drag it somewhere.
Grab his box and drag it.
Grab Damien and pull him underneath you.
Wait, I wait. With three people, I don't remember.
Gore Vidal is here.
Okay, you're putting a lot. There we go. You're putting a lot of pressure on me. There we go.
Okay, first I got with my blood money. I got the Complete Junior and Sonny by Al Feldstein, and it came in this. This is like the gift thing. It came in a box. I don't know how much this cost originally. I got it on eBay for $39.99. It was an auction, and nobody bid on it because it had some defects.
So I, of course, have heard of Al Feldstein, but who are these characters? I haven't heard of them. Where did they appear originally?
They were in Fox Comics in 1940 and 1948, 49, and they're Good Girl art. And this book is it's pretty amazing. It's beautiful. See if I can find some Good Girl stuff here.
So would this be before Feldstein was working at EC then?
Yeah. This is Dina and Gwynnie, which are Feldstein's answer to Betty and Veronica.
Oh yeah, I like the way that looks.
And so you got this 400-page book that's got all their stories, and then also it came with this little envelope that has it's a painting that he did of Sonny.
Oh, nice. Many years later or at the time?
Yeah, he did this in it says 2002 on the copyright.
Oh wow.
Okay,
And,
it's very weird. Look at how. Okay, I'm sorry, but her legs are all spread like that, and that guy's looking up her skirt. There's something wrong about this picture.
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of that kind of innuendo. And it also came with temporary tattoos.
Imagine that. And they
You
weren't
seem
used.
like the temporary tattoo type. That'll be fun when you go to school.
Yeah. And also I got this little package of postcards from like the covers.
How cool are those?
The artwork
just
also
bring
reminds me of like the Dagwood kind of artwork.
Yeah, I think you
But that's where they got the headlight monikers, I guess.
Stuff's popping out of her nether regions over there. Look at her. These drawings are quite
Risque.
Yeah, scintillating. Look, he's dropping the eggs.
And these comic
You can't
books
really
are
mistake
like
them from
hundreds and
anything
hundreds
else
of
but what
dollars.
they are.
So I can
Yeah.
never get any of the comics. They were always super expensive. Even in the 70s, they were like, $50, $100 each. And they're always way out of my price range. So I never got to read any of them. And I don't know. I was looking on eBay and I happened to find this
That book's perfect.
this book, and
I got enough. I saw that view already.
I wonder if those particular kind of that art was an influence on some of the underground artists.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it was. Feldstein, he was pretty influential. He did a lot of EC. He wrote,
Right.
most of the EC horror stories.
Yeah, and obviously EC was very influential on undergrounds.
But so that's that book.
All right. So, Sleep, are you up?
Oh, I'm up. You said 5.
Well,
Sets
that
of
was
5
like
at
a
a time.
showcase. That was a
Right.
showstopper.
Oh, no, I'm not complaining about what he did, but I'm saying that I'm explaining I'm going to show you 5 Jimmy Olsen comics.
Oh, okay.
cool.
Well, he did show 5 postcards. There you go. You're big.
So, I am
What?
big.
I don't have that. And what does it say? We're finished.
Superman, it's too strong for you. We're finished.
Oh
It's
my
the
God.
what are they called? The newspaper boy legion or whatever they're called.
Oh
The
yeah.
Newsboy Legion.
Newsboy legion, yeah. So this is actually a Jack Kirby issue, I believe, on the inside. Yeah. But the cover is Neil Adams.
That's cool.
So that's fun.
Yeah, I don't have that one. You're gonna show 5 I don't have, right? So I'm gonna be.
I assume so.
Look at Millie with the skull. That's hilarious. She's playing with the skull. Yeah.
There's the real star of our house.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a 12 center. And Jimmy, help me, Superman. If I can spend this $1 million in 24 hours, I collect another $1 million. Otherwise, I lose it all.
Oh.
I love that kind of
would
story.
be fun. Yeah.
When you get $1
Yeah,
million,
you saw that movie.
it's just in heaps of dollars.
Wow.
The Midas, Jimmy Olsen as the Midas of Metropolis.
Wow. That one I might have, but I'm not sure.
I was actually at a store today and I wanted to buy a bunch of Lois Lanes, and they had, well, other than the modern Lois Lane, they had 0 original Lois Lane comics. So I compromised and got Jimmy Olsen comics.
Yay! That is.
Yeah.
I've shown that one. That is Super Bondage. Look at that.
Superman Bondage. That should be a whole thing. And these men have their sexy leopard outfits on.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to be.
But luckily, Ultra Olsen will save him. This is the new Jimmy Olsen. I think that was post Jack Kirby. They wanted people to know it was not the Jack Kirby Jimmy Olsen anymore.
And it looks just like a Jack Kirby cover almost. Silliness.
And here's from the similar era, but it doesn't say the new Jimmy Olsen on it.
Yes.
What number
I have
was
that one?
the new? You have it?
Yep.
The new Jimmy Olsen was 158, and this is 163. So they probably just put new on it for an issue or two. Superman, help me! I'm trapped. Oh, what's the use? He can't hear me.
And it's funny because Superman has super hearing.
Why is Superman Jimmy Olsen? Why is Jimmy Olsen Superman's best friend? There's no reason why.
Because they work together at the paper.
I absolutely love
down.
this cover. 15 center, The Riddle of Kryptonite Plus.
Oh, no, I don't have that one.
That's cool.
Wow. That one's good. Look at all the
It is
colors.
a really, I can't immediately identify the artist. I wonder if it's Swanderson. I wonder if it's Swan and Anderson.
Oh, is that what Swanderson? You
Fans
did
called him
one
Swanderson.
of those modern mashups.
The best inker on Kurt Swan was Murphy Anderson. So fans called them Swanderson, I think.
Did he like trim up Superman? Because I hate that. Kurt
I don't
Swan,
know if he did. I can't really tell from here. But he gave a nice darks and lights, like the way these spacesuits are done and stuff. I think that's the Murphy Anderson.
That cover's beautiful, actually.
Yeah.
A lot of different colors. Yeah.
Okay, that's my 5 Jimmy Olsens.
Oh, all right. So I'm up now. I wanted
Have
to
we said hello to everyone in the chat?
Yeah.
There's
There's
no
only 5.
solution. Your old pal Morton. He's
There's
come
only
all the way
4.
across the ocean to visit you.
Yeah. I said hello.
Oh, you did?
So
I didn't
yeah.
catch him.
Sleepy sent me a package in the mail, and in the package, he sent me 2 packs of cards from the 90s. So which one should I open first? How come I can't get that? Batman, the animated series? Or would you like to see? I think this is a Mobius crowd here.
Yeah, I personally am more leaning towards the Mobius, but you should open what you want to open.
I want to open Mobius. So let's go ahead. Now, this one has 10 cards per pack, but you can get a special prize, and there could be a chromium card in here. I
have never gotten a chromium card. I've opened a few of those packs.
You never got one?
Not yet.
What if you sent me the one that had the chromium card in it?
I'll be so upset. I'll have to
I'll
drink
send
some
it back
beer.
to you. Okay, here we go. I'll
Bubblegum?
one of these up. From the 90s. This is from, I think, 93. Yeah, it says 1993. Or was it 83? I can't read it.
It's weird because they've been for sale at this one comic book shop for years. I don't know if they just have a huge stock of them or if they keep them in print.
So there's
a box probably.
This is called The President. And they have a story on the back to let you know who they are. This one is Daldroid.
Looks like he's defiling that robot.
I know, he's going deep in there. And this one is Louis Carnelian. Ooh, that one's kind of neat. Okay, the camera placement is weird on this computer. That's why I'm going all weird. Okay.
They're kind of reflective, I guess.
Yeah, and then this one is the Flying Hairdryer. What the hell?
That one's really called because it looks like that.
Yes. Okay. It could look like something else.
Supposed to be a spaceship, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they called it that, but it was supposed to look like something else. And these cards are cool. This one is J.D. Foster. Oh, I like that one. Look at that.
Yeah.
The background. Wow. And this one is Luna, spelled oh.
It's art. It's art.
I can't show that.
It's art.
Luna had her breasts out. Okay, there we go. Wow, that one caught me. I didn't know you could have nudity in trading cards.
Shout out to Comic Crack.
And then this one is the Ape God. What is this?
I'm pretty sure Comic Crack has some Mobius cards.
Wow. Now I'm looking at them before I show them. Okay, this one is Engineer Barnier or Barnier. Okay, that
Polka dot overalls.
That one's interesting. I won't read anything into that. Oh, this one is a mouse character, Cervic.
No solution like that one card that you felt you had to block.
I did.
You gave it 5 stars.
Oh, that one's a cool card. Look at that. Mobius has some really cool art. This is called the Nest Ship. Wow, I like those cards.
Nice.
Thank you, Sleepy.
But no chromium.
No chromium. Good thing, because I didn't want to have to send it back to you.
I would be so sad.
So, Donald, you are up.
I'm up.
I'm gonna go through the. Oh, Steve. Hi, Steve. I give that card 5 stars. Yep.
Okay. Well, first I've got the other blood book that I got. I don't know if I can show it without.
Oh yeah.
Deadly number 3.
Similar art style.
Yeah, this is by Booty Rogers.
Huh. I haven't heard of that person.
Is that a real name? That sounds like a stage. That's a porn name.
No, I think that was his real name. Well,
Booty?
He was probably called Booty as a kid, but he used it all through his professional career. If you could tell, I've been getting onto these takeoff of Archie comics.
Wait,
I got 2 other Booty Rogers comics.
Wait. You went too fast. Now, there's a story behind that comic. Pull that comic book back. So, Donald texts me, and he actually worked an hour cleaning that comic up. And he showed me the pads and everything. And
it was very dark when I first got it.
So did you use those eraser pads?
I used the cotton pads, makeup removers.
Yeah.
And
I wonder if I can show the pictures. But yeah,
I did about 10 of them.
Did you buy this at a local shop or online?
I got it online. It's the cover is detached. So I got it for $30. I made an offer of $30, but normally they're like $100 or more. And but I wanted it for my collection.
80 or 90 years old, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's insane, right? $30 for just think about a book like that, hundreds of dollars.
Well, I enjoy Booty Rogers, and I want to get.
You enjoy Booty and Rogers. Oh, sorry.
I want to get an issue of Babe, Darling of the Hills, but that's going to cost me $100, I'm sure, because they're hard to find unless I can find a beat up one. And I don't mind beat up ones. Like I said, that cover was detached, and
that's better.
But I got 2 Sparky Watts.
Oh, that looks cool. I haven't heard of Sparky Watts either.
Oh, he appeared in Big Shot Comics, and he's like super powered, and he was just a goofy character.
Looks fun.
Sparky Watts. His origin is this scientist came up with a formula that would make him super strong, and so he has to take this formula every once in a while, or he'll lose his powers. But
and are those pretty costly and hard to find?
These aren't so bad. I got these for like $25 each, and they're in decent shape. They're not bad.
It says clean comics for everyone.
Yep.
Yeah,
on the cover. That's funny.
But it was in an anthology book called Big Shot Comics, and it had comics like Charlie Chan and Joe Palooka and Skyman and Sparky Watts.
Oh. Sparky Watts.
And then at the flea market, one guy at the flea market, I've got 3 more here. I got Ozark Ike. That's number 1. It's 4-color by Regato.
That's a cool comic book.
Was that a one-shot or an ongoing series?
It's a reprint of newspaper strips.
Oh,
it was in Sunday Comics, and so this has like two two adventures from reprinted from the comic strips.
Yeah, that's a
But,
really nice cover.
It was like I think a couple of 4-color issues, and then he had his own series for I don't know, half a dozen issues maybe. And then I got a couple of Patsy Walkers. I'm going to show you the old one. This is the oldest one, number 19. And this has 2 pages of Harvey Kurtzman's Hey Look.
Oh, wow.
But it's all the stories are by Al Jaffe of Mad fame.
Wow.
So I got that one.
So are those from the 40s or the 50s?
These are from 1950.
1950, yeah.
This was like 1950, and this is like 1952. This is number 33.
She goes on to become Hellcat. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
She had a very long career.
Yeah. Wow. Those are really cool.
So that's like the golden age, more golden Atom Age stuff that I got.
So now we're on Sleepy, right?
Now we're
My
on Sleepy.
dad used to call me number one son in reference to the Charlie Chan thing. Okay, now I have 5 3D comics.
Those fit you perfectly.
Whoa, it's a little confusing, but
Yeah, that was smooth.
3D Heroes.
Cool.
Wow.
A pseudo Frazetta cover there.
I was gonna say, yeah, that looks very Frazetta.
Rarely do these 3D comics work very well, but I still collect them.
That's cool.
3D Flintstones. They've got their 3D glasses already.
Wow, that's cool. Open that one up. I gotta see what.
Yeah, open it up. I can see it too.
That's fun.
I've actually got 2 of them. I've got another 3D Flintstones. Sheriff for a Day.
Ooh.
Wow, it's funny the covers aren't in 3D though. I guess nobody would be able to. Wow.
It's funny, when I look at it on the screen, it doesn't look 3D, but when I look at the paper, it looks 3D.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
the colors don't translate through the TV, I think.
Yeah.
no, we can see. I can see the 3D effect.
This one really surprised
You don't
me.
even have glasses.
3D Cull.
Wow.
Wow, I never saw a 3D call.
I had
Look,
no
and that
idea.
one
It's
is
from
Charles.
Blackthorn Publishing.
Oh, black.
They must have briefly got the rights to do Cull. It doesn't look very 3D though.
Wow. But look, it's a double page spread.
And then this has got to be my favorite, my all-time favorite character, 3D Little Dot.
All right, little dot.
Wow.
I guess I could have got a 3D Sad Sack, but I don't think I saw that at the store.
Do you remember Sleepy a year or so ago? I sold you some little dot comics.
Yes, I remember. I was very happy that you gave me a good deal on a whole bunch of Little Dot.
Yeah. I've
I
been
think
regretting
that
it
was
ever
more than a
since.
year. That was a while ago. You were
3 years ago.
trying to raise money or something at the time.
Yeah, I was feeling guilty because I bought a lot of comics and I thought I'd try to sell some and recoup some of my.
We were both still on Twitter at the time. I think I bought it through Twitter from you. So that's
You have
my
anything now?
5 3D. But yeah, I was very, very happy when you sold me those Little Dots.
Little dots. Oh, I'm up now.
All right.
Take
Swell
a
up
sip of your
there.
beer. So, should I open these or go on to something else? Do you guys want to see the Batman cards?
It's up to you.
Yeah,
No,
it's
it's up to
totally
you.
up to you.
You're driving.
All right. I mean, because I got a lot of comics too.
The Batman cards will be a little less unique, but still fun.
Probably don't have to worry about any
Boobies.
flop hopping out.
Bat boobs.
Sleepy doesn't like when I say boobies. All right.
Depends on the context. It's when you constantly point out penises to me that I get frustrated.
I'm always seeing penises everywhere, like on that hairdryer shit. All right. So we got.
Now you've ruined Ms. Marvel for me.
All right. These cards are kind of dark. So I'll go through them quickly. Oh no, they look brighter here. So we got just some scenes from the show. Uh-oh. Is that Catwoman? No. It is Catwoman. Look at, she looks way different. And there's his chin. Like, he's got a real square chin.
You know, I've never seen an episode of that.
Like,
You
that's,
know, the
you know what?
animated
Oh,
Batman.
it's worth seeing.
I know I haven't watched it either. And I keep saying I will.
There's
and
a
I
ton
never
of other Batman shows that aren't worth it, but that one is definitely.
Yeah. And two more. Oh, his helmet broke. Maybe that one's from Mask of the Phantasm. I saw that one, I think. And that one's interesting. All right, there you go. Oh yeah, these are from Mask. Some of them are from Mask of the Phantasm.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right, so there's my second pack. And oh yeah, it does say Mask of the Phantasm right there on it.
Yeah.
Deluxe.
Which is a movie spin-off, I guess, of the show.
Wow. 164. Like, there's over 187. Like, this card number is 187. So there's a lot of cards in this series.
Wow.
And that's it.
Collect them all.
Yep. Thank you, Sleepy. These are
No
cool.
chromium there either.
No, but they never said there was one in this. And this one only had 8, and the other one had 10.
Well, I just wanted to have some surprise for you in the package besides
was
the stuff
cool.
you knew was going to be in there.
Yeah, that was really cool. Thank you. Oh, sorry, I'm taking a drink. Who's next? Donald, right?
You just gonna show one.
Going around and spinning my head.
Let me see.
Paulo was too late.
This is like some good girl stuff. This is Dave Stevens. This is the second appearance of Rocketeer.
Oh,
Picked that up
nice.
at the flea market.
Oh,
$5. And then I got another Dave Stevens, Betty Page, Queen of the Nile. So when I
I got to
find
get
Dave
my wife an
Stevens
outfit like that.
at a fairly low price, I pick them up. This one I never seen before. It's Xena, Warrior Princess.
From Topps.
Dave
Yeah, I
Stevens
didn't know
cover.
Topps did that.
yeah. I never watched the show.
I never saw it. I never did either. And then I've got a couple of Nathan Zerdy covers. I like how he does the tattooed DC characters.
Oh, a modern variant type cover.
Yeah. By Nathan Zerdy. I really like his tattoo covers. I got
okay.
Poison Ivy and Catwoman.
Oh, I've never seen those.
I don't know if you can see the characters that she's got tattooed on her.
Oh yeah,
That's intense.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Art inside of art.
Okay. So you're up, Sleepy.
Okay, since I decided to do things in themes of 5, I've got 5 issues of Dark Horse Presents, number 70,
Ooh.
with I think a Mobius cover,
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
and I'm pulling each one out of the bags. Number 71, with I can't read I think it's a Jim Ballant cover.
Oh
Looks
yeah.
like it.
I think that's the signature there.
Yeah.
I don't know who that character is.
The Anne
But
Flux.
we've got Eddie Campbell and Mobius inside.
Mm.
So that's
I just ordered a couple of those, so I'm waiting for them to arrive. Dark Horse Presents.
I bought all these from my friend Jack, who you might remember from the video I did when we went to all the comic book stores around town.
Yeah.
Last year, he was selling off a bunch, and I bought these. I really like getting Dark Horse Presents. I should know who that artist is. He looks really familiar, but I don't know his name. I can't read the signature.
I can't either.
Maybe Nelson. I don't know. I feel like I've seen this character somewhere else, not at Dark Horse, maybe at Heavy Metal or something. And That's an interesting cover. I don't know who that is either.
I recognize that artist.
It's a number 74.
Mm.
And this is a cool cover by Charles Vess, number 75. Yes.
All right.
I guess Charles Vess is still around, but you only rarely see stuff by him. Oh, and there's a Charles Vess interior work too. So that's my 5 Dark Horse Presents.
Mm. Okay, so I'm up, I guess. Let me. I was just going to show off Geiger that I read, and I think you've read this already, Sleepy, right?
Yeah, that cover looks familiar.
Well, this is the trade. Sorry.
Oh, it's the trade.
I'm doing, what do you call it? I'm being illegal here. I'm showing the trade. I like how Image will put out the first trade for $9.99. I don't know if you could see the price. Where the heck is the price?
Yeah,
Six
great.
fifty.
The Image still does that because that's a real bargain.
There it is. Yeah, $9.99. It is. So for this trade, and it did its job because it got me hooked. So this is very much like the Fallout video game that they made into that show. It's very Mad Max, right? And it was a lot of fun. The art is really nice. You'll get these really cool like splash pages.
Oh yeah.
I mean, gorgeous. And this story was fun and compelling. So,
and I think the next trade will be even better. The one that's the current series.
mm-hmm.
I feel like it's become even more fun than the first one.
And the covers are nice too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is some really good Gary Frank art and great work from the colorist too.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that if you see this for $9.99, it's definitely worth picking it up. It's a fun story and it's a very, very quick read. It
Yes.
doesn't take long, and there's also elements of Game of Thrones in this too. One character of the king, he's very much like the Lannister king.
Although in the second volume, it feels more like Mad Max.
Well, this, for example, this part where they're fleeing in the desert and they're trying to get away and they're jumping on top of the cars and the trucks, that was very Mad Max too.
Right.
Like, you can see it here.
Oh, the next volume gets even more like that, and so the feeling that it was going to be like Game of Thrones kind of goes away, and it becomes more heavily on the Mad Max side.
Yeah. So I just, I really enjoyed this. Very quick read, and what really intrigued me is there's a whole bunch of comics in this line, and I know you're reading Redcoat, and you've recommended it a lot. And this character actually shows up. This robot. Sorry, this robot character shows up in this book. And so
I keep calling him GI Robot, but that's the DC character. I can't remember what they call him.
Yeah. So, just reading this kind of made me want to go into this world, and I know you've really recommended.
Yeah, I think it's good. Redcoat and Geiger and the GI Robot.
Rat City or something.
There's where did it go?
No, Rat City is Todd McFarlane, part of his.
Oh yeah, I get them mixed up.
There's another one called Northerner, and one called the Monster. Junkyard Joe.
Junkyard Joe. That's the name of the robot.
First Ghost. I don't know if these are all.
Ghost World, is that in?
They might be characters in these.
Ghost Machine, I think, is the name of the overall umbrella.
Yeah.
So
I haven't seen all of those characters yet, but
worth it. Yeah, and
I see Big Nasty agrees about Redcoat. He likes Redcoat too.
Yeah. So Steve said cool art and Redcoat. Okay, so that was my 5 because I went in depth.
You're just cheating constantly, aren't you?
Well, do you want me to show?
No, I'm teasing you because on your video this afternoon, someone said you teachers can never follow the rules.
I never do. It was some 3x3 something or other. Who's up now? Is it? It's.
I think it's
Donald,
back
right?
to Donald.
Oh,
Yeah, Donald. I get confused with all this going in circles.
We all look alike.
I got a big stack of stuff here. I think it's more than 5, but
Cheat.
I got a 3D
Oh, a 3D one.
crazy
I might have
cat.
that one. Whoops.
You know what? I love that blue background. That is really cool. I'd buy that in an instant. Was that
Yeah.
expensive?
I got that at Half Price Books. I bought that one and this book,
Ooh.
Negro Americans.
I've
Interesting.
been on the lookout.
This has artwork by Gray Morrow in it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a nice cover, too.
So
I'd
I
like
was
to get
glad
that
to get
one.
that one. And then going with my theme of Archie ripoff comics, I got several issues of Bunny. Got number 1.
Number 1, good for you.
Number 1.
Collectors.
These are by Ty Eisman.
Mm-hmm.
And I got number 4? I don't know why I like Bunny, but they're just I don't know. I just like them.
Well, you want some more Archie, but slightly different.
Yeah. I like this cover. The art, it's got a nice yellow cover.
It is.
And, it's psychedelic.
Yeah, that's a good cover. Have you seen the recent comic Santos Sisters that kind of does? an
Oh
Archie?
yeah, I've got all of them. That's a
I
good.
really like that.
I enjoy it. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the
And,
one that I have.
yeah.
And
And
I
he
was-
didn't tell me, so I bought it. you
Oh,
know.
I
that's a
told
cool
him, take it
psychedelic
back,
cover,
take
too.
it back. You can get mine. I'll trade you
And with the
something.
bunnies, I got this Korg 70,000 BC number 1.
That is, love it. I love it. Love it.
Pat Boyette.
Love
Great
it.
painted cover.
So I got these at the local comic shop. I probably paid too much for them, but I like to support the shop, and he gets really neat comics, even though he's not cheap.
Was this the same shop you were laid off from?
No, this is a different one.
And were you laid off because business got bad, or just?
Yeah, he had 2 stores, and he closed one of the stores, and he closed the store that I was. He had like 3 or 4 people working for him, and he decided to just get rid of everybody and just run the store himself. And
Admit it,
just-
Donald. You didn't know how to file. You kept putting all the comics in the wrong place.
Yeah, that's it.
You couldn't put Spectacular Spider-Man with Amazing Spider-Man. I mean, come on. You can't do that. All right, Sleepy. Right, you're up?
Yes. The next theme of 5 books is sort of fanish kind of stuff. So I just got on eBay this thing called Maelstrom, which is a fanzine. It's on issue 10, and it's been going for 50 years.
Wow.
So that's how slow and I think because the name looked familiar, I was looking for old fanzines from the 70s on eBay, and this popped up. So he's selling it through eBay, although it's a new book. And I could have sworn I read Maelstrom probably 50 years ago when I was 13.
Wow.
So
That's cool.
I think there was an Aircell title called Maelstrom.
maybe, but I think this is different. This is a fanzine that might have even been on Ditto or something when I first got it.
Yeah.
So we've got Secrets of Wally Wood's comic book art brushwork, Correspondence with Greatness, which is a letter from Wally Wood, or some letters from Wally Wood. Mad Creators Army Cartoons, a hint of big things to come. Page 10 is that. You got a King Kong article. So fanzines were what YouTube is now. People just doing whatever that strikes their interest. They do a little article on it.
Yeah.
So I've been going through a fanzine, kind of wishing I could find the fanzines I read as a kid. So someone did a video on finding this fanzine called Mantra, Mantra, number 4, and he was leafing through it. and said, "Oh, and here's a letter by Damian Kilby," and then he just moved on. And I'm like, "What? There's a letter from me in this comic in 1978." And it must have been a letter I wrote in 1974, because by 78 I wasn't reading fanzines. These fanzines come out so slowly. So I left a comment on the video, hoping he would give me more information about what I wrote. I have no memory of writing a letter to this fanzine. Wow. But all he did is give me a thumbs up. And so I think I'm going to leave him another comment saying, is there some way we can set up where you can send me a photograph of this page? Because it's like the missing part of my childhood.
Wow.
So I was searching all over the web for somewhere that had Mantra #4, but no one had it. But anyway, back to the zine-like stuff. Here's another modern kind of fanzine. So this is what back in the old fanzine days we called these strip zines, although it's in color, so that's pretty fancy. But basically, he's a huge fan of of Basil Wolverton's early science fiction character. So he's made up his own that's a copy of it. And he also has a YouTube channel somewhere. I need to look.
I like that one more.
And so this is his fan homage to Basil Wolverton's old sci-fi comic.
That one's cool. It's got colors.
And then I think you probably know Loading the Cannon, Rex.
Of course, yeah.
But I don't know if you do, David.
I'm ignorant.
He has a YouTube channel called Loading the Cannon, and now he does a fanzine, sort of an intellectual fanzine called Canon, with articles about more literary comics. Colin Blanchette's the name of Loading the Cannon, and so there's even an article in here by Comic Crack, Terrence Fuller.
Whoa.
So this is kind of a fun connection between YouTube and fanzines. I guess, I don't know, calling this a fanzine might be the wrong term, but close enough.
Yeah, it's a fanzine in the truest sense of the word.
And then I found this thing, Cartoonists and Illustrators Portfolio Volume 2. And I think that's a Bernie Wrightson cover. I actually haven't looked inside yet. But it's basically a more serious fanzine from the when did it come out? 1978, from Super Graphics. Wait, Super Graphics, was that Jim Steranko's publishing company?
Super. This was called.
Wow.
When he published Comic Scene and
Comic Scene and Media Scene.
Was that Super Graphics?
I don't know.
So anyway, there just seems to be a bunch of different art here and a few articles. Even some reproductions of British comics covers. So
that's so
I'm not quite sure what the point of it is, but I like it. And then this other, I think from the 70s, from 1980, Cartoonist Profiles.
Oh yeah, I've got several of those.
So
that was a great zine.
Includes a lot of cartoon art and then articles about the specific cartoonists.
Wow. Neat.
There's so many different levels to the fan publications over the years, from very high tone kind of stuff and then very low stuff.
People made them on their photocopy machine.
Yeah, or before photocopies. When I was 11, 12, 13, I got things that were blue, that were like
ditto.
Ditto. I think you could only make like 20 or 40 copies from one of those.
Were you ever in an APA, Amateur Press Alliance?
I was not, because this is, like I said, from age 11 to 13.
Yeah.
I was not very sophisticated about it, but I sent letters in, but I never saw that any of them were published until this week.
Wow.
I have a fanzine story myself. When I was in 1976, I went to a creation comic in New York, and I met Gary Groth. Okay. And I went, and we were talking, and he invited me to come and work on it wasn't called the Comics Journal. It was called the Nostalgia Journal.
Right. It was a more primitive zine at that point.
Yeah, it was like a tabloid. And so I went and spent a few months there working on them. And I worked on like one issue, and I've got a picture of it here. It's got, I don't know if you want to show this on your
Nostalgia Journal is all we could see. Is there? She's got
the boobies are hard to focus on, but there they are.
Yeah, there they are.
She's got a radio between.
Did you get to meet the model?
No. That's Dave Cockrum.
Nice.
Sketch.
Oh,
So
But
do you
if you ever
have?
see that issue, that's the only issue that I was ever mentioned.
Were you like on the editorial staff, or did you write?
Nah, I was just like filling subscriptions, and we were like dirt poor at the time. None of us had any money, and people would send in dollars for subscriptions, and we'd all race to the mail and rip open the mail to get the dollars that people would send in, to buy like oat. All I think I remember eating is like oatmeal.
I remember like taping quarters onto pieces of paper and sticking them in envelopes to get these zines.
No, I didn't meet the model.
Gore was laughing at that. All right, I think I'm up now. I think so. I'm not sure if I should show these, Sleepy. I'm still showing stuff you sent me, but you sent me 2 comics, and I thought these were something that you won. And I don't know if you want me to show them or not. Should I show? Like they were in the package. So you sent me 2 of these.
Oh, I forgot I sent them to you. I can't remember where they come from now.
Oh, well,
but I might have won them a long time ago. It's fine.
Yeah. So they're both #1 issues, and they're both from that Rebirth. I get confused because I just
figured you like things for the cover more than I do, so I was just hoping you might like them.
Yeah, these are cool. The there's a Rebirth. They usually have a #1, and then they also have the actual comics. So I don't know if these are I don't think this is Batman #1. I think this is Batman Rebirth.
Yeah.
Right. So it's really a one shot or a 0 issue or something.
But I have about 5 or 6 of these, but I did not have these 2. So those are cool. So thank you very much. And then
I forgot I even put them in there.
And then I think you sent 3 of these.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just kept stuffing them in until the box was full.
Yeah. So these Heritage auction books are so cool to look through and dream. So you get these really cool. Like I would never think to ever try, to own any of this stuff.
Right.
But like, look at that. And when you look through it and you just see some of the art that is available, like front covers, and then they have like a page over here that kind of explains it. Not really.
Right.
Yeah, there's like a blurb on it. And these actual books are nice. They're like magazines, and they're like, wouldn't that be cool to own? Yeah. Like the cover of that Justice League. Sorry, I can't get.
I have, even though I buy quite a bit of original art, I've realized I'm never going to own a cover.
Wow.
And I don't even own a splash page. But if I had a choice of like a splash page or 3 pages of continuity, I'd rather go with the continuity.
Yeah. I mean, you get these. This is more like the kind of stuff you buy.
Right.
Yeah. Those kind of pages. And look, I would love to own that one. I remember.
Oh yeah,
that John Byrne.
That is great. John Byrne with Rubenstein inking, I believe. It was really good.
Yeah. So as I was looking through this, I was just like, "Wow, so cool!" And then look at this, a page from Steve Ditko's Amazing Spider-Man number. What does it say? 23.
I wonder what that went for.
And it's got.
That must have gone for
Scorpion. Wow. So, yeah. Amazing. And then look at this, a Frazetta. Yeah, so I won't go through the entire book, but I went to the Frazetta Museum and it was really cool. And I mean, just So leaving through these, my throat is getting weird. Books so cool. So thank you, Damien.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm glad you like them.
Oh, I love them. They're gorgeous.
But anything I give you, if you eventually need to pass it on to someone else, when you've had enough of it, or your garage is going to explode.
Yeah. There you are up.
Okay. 5 comics that I bought today that I've never heard of before. Although this one might be a cheat, it sounds like I would have heard of it before. Imagine number 2.
My husband would say you're irresponsible.
That's a ground level book from Star Reach.
Right. It looks like the Star Reach. It's pre-Craig. Yeah. So thanks for telling me that it's from Star Reach. I like that term ground level, although no one uses it anymore.
What does that mean, ground level?
There were underground comics and there were mainstream kid comics. And then they decided to do ground level comics for adults, but not nasty like the underground comics.
Oh.
That's good enough?
The occasional booby, but that was about it.
Yeah. Kind of like Image. A lot
right.
of
they would just be normal comics now.
Yeah.
And also, Star Reach wanted to provide a place for mainstream comic artists to own their own work. At least in one of the Star Reach editorials, I read that. There's some Gene Day. I couldn't. Lee Mars is in here. This looks really good. This must be P. Craig Russell.
Yeah, that's nice.
So I'd heard of Star Reach, of course, but I'd never heard of Imagine before. I wonder if it just went 2 issues or if it lasted longer. It's got another Gene Day. I love finding obscure Gene Day because there's just not enough Gene Day out there. Okay, I've never heard of this. The comic store had 2 different issues of it, but I just bought one. The Wonder Book of Rubber.
Cool.
And I can imagine what David is thinking. But I was just thinking of rubber tires and stuff.
He's thinking about what they put over the hair dryers.
But they're talking about rubber that's in astronaut suits. That looks like maybe David will enjoy that image there, I guess.
I don't know. It looked like a tampon.
So it seemed, now that this is my first opening up of it because I just bought it today, and I guess it's not really a comic book.
It's kind of like Treasure Chest.
A bit, yeah. So it must have been a giveaway, maybe from B.F. Goodrich or something.
What a weird comic book.
Yeah. And there's another issue of it, but I thought 1 might be enough.
2, how could this story continue?
And then I'm very excited to discover this. It seems very odd. It's a Whitman comic that adapts famous science fiction writers' stories.
Oh, yeah, Starscream.
Wow.
I'd never heard of it before.
Was
weird. It originally Whitman, or is Whitman rebranded?
Yeah, I think it was a Whitman.
So this issue has Theodore Sturgeon, Jack Williamson, Anne McCaffrey, A.E. Van Vogt.
Okay, that was a steal. That was an amazing find. Not a steal, an amazing find.
I bought all 3 issues. They weren't cheap, though. They were like $8 or $9 a piece. So the first story is drawn by Don Heck. It looks like the good Don Heck when he had time to draw well. Yeah. Let's see, what else have we got? The A.E. Van Vogt one has art by Al Williamson. So this is a really kind of exciting find because, well, as you know, I'm a huge science fiction short story fan. What else have we got here? Ooh.
Whoa.
That art looks familiar.
By the way, Paulo says there are 6 issues of Imagine.
Oh.
And,
wow.
Paulo is getting like this, so you have to listen to what he says.
Paulo is a very valuable person for all his knowledge.
It's the middle of the night for him. He needs to go to bed. Microscopic, what is... Oh, well.
You want him to stop watching your video, you're saying?
No, but I don't want him suffering for my art.
Tomorrow's Sunday. You can sleep.
There's a Pacific Presents comic called The Wildly Implausible Plight of Erie Smith and Walter Weary.
Wow.
I've heard of that one before, somehow.
I'd never heard of it before.
Wait. Oh, you just bought them today, right?
Yes. So my wife and daughter are out of town for the weekend, so I had a little John.
and that's how you party, by going to the local comic book store?
Yeah, by a comic book
Wow.
store that's a little further away, that has more a deeper.
That looks like
back issue.
Ditko.
It
The
looks
cover
like,
looked like Al Williamson.
It looks like Al Williamson there and Ditko there.
Yeah.
But it must be Ditko, but I don't see his name. Because the dialogue's by Robin Snyder, who's Ditko's old buddy. But yeah, so I guess this is an anthology book, despite what the cover made it look like. So there's a long Ditko piece in here.
Nice.
And finally, the final book that I'd never heard of before that I bought today, The Master of the World from Dell. I don't know if this is a movie that I've never heard of that they had.
Yeah, it's a movie.
I didn't know you were going to come on here and make me jealous. I love that painted cover. The heck? Look at how beautiful that is. And it's in great shape, too.
Well, maybe I'll pass it on to you after I read it.
No, that's not why I'm saying that.
I wonder if that's Dan Spiegel art. It reminds me of him a bit.
Could be. Looks like him.
That's Vincent Price.
You're right. Is he in this movie? Why haven't I heard of this movie?
No, I'm saying that the drawing looks like Vincent Price.
I know. So he's probably in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
There doesn't seem to be any artist or writer credits at all. So, yeah. Is The Master of World, is that like a Jules Verne book, maybe?
Let's see. Yeah. Master of the World is a Jules Verne novel.
Paulo is always the useful information.
Yeah, thank you, Paulo.
Okay.
Even though his eyes are closing, he's
That's
still
those. Even with his brain half asleep, he's smarter than the rest of us.
Yes.
Oh, it's Jack Sparling art on that Master of the World.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those Jack Sparling and Dan Spiegel I tend to confuse.
No.
You're up, right?
Oh, my turn.
I think so.
Well, this is the kind of superhero type books that I got. Let me see. I got 3 Captain Marvels, Jim Starlin.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I have one for you too, as well.
29. These are really trippy. I like these issues. I need number 31. That's the one I'm really, really looking for, and I can't seem to find it.
Some of them are expensive.
Yeah.
I
had to pay like $10 or $15 on that. And this one was really expensive. I traded some stuff for it.
Ooh.
But it's a really tight copy of Fantastic Four number 40.
Wow.
Beautiful.
The Dr. Doom cover.
With Daredevil.
Yeah.
Is that the one where Wally Wood inked all the Daredevil in it? Or is that just on the cover, maybe?
I don't think so.
There's some book where they had brought Wally Wood in to just ink the Daredevil in the comic, I think.
Could be. And then this one, Detective Comics with, come on, help me. We need help, Batgirl. I can't. I got to run in my stocking.
You sent me that. That's hilarious. She can't help because she's got to run.
I may have showed that one before.
I think you sent me a picture of it.
I got a couple of House of Mysteries.
Wow.
Neil Adams cover and Alex Toth on the inside.
Was that expensive?
I think he wanted like 25. I traded for it though.
Oh.
And this one also has a Neil Adams cover and Alex Toth on the inside.
Wow.
Nice books. And then this last one I thought was kind of cool. Who will trigger World War III?
Hey, I got 2 of those to show. I'm gonna show them too. Strange.
All right.
But not the same one.
No, they're different, but those are cool.
Is it America, China, England, Israel, Russia, or Africa? Who is going to start World War III? Gee, I wonder.
Cool.
Okay, your turn.
All right, so yeah, Steve, I've seen the movie Things to Come. I think I've seen that one. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's pretend this is 5, okay?
Okay.
So the Sleepy was so nice. He had doubles of the Spirit magazine 1 through 16, and I had 1, 2, 3, and 5. And so he sent me all the ones that I didn't have. Like, that's awesome.
Well,
So-
I've been picking up doubles on purpose to give out to people because I like to promote the Spirit.
I mean, this is so cool. And that's not cheap. Like, first of all, look at that. This is the one I really wanted. That's one of the best images.
That was the first one I ever read as a 14-year-old.
Yeah. I mean, that is just gorgeous. And I've been really fascinated by the way he incorporates Spirit into the splash pages. So I'm gonna go look at that. Just he's a great artist. I really enjoy his art.
Have you read about the villain, the octopus, yet?
No.
You only see those gloves with the 3 stripes on. You never see the villain.
Yeah.
Oh, and this one is an all ebony issue, and despite the racism on the cover, this is a really cool image. You know, he's got this blood trail behind him and all these people kind of knocked down, and then Ebony is helping him get away. Like, he's strong. It was a Pyrrhic victory.
Well, Ebony is a great character, even though unfortunately drawn the way he was.
Yeah. Now that's a painted cover.
Yeah. That's Ken Kelly painting from a sketch by Eisner.
Wow. Yeah. And look at this one. And this one is great too, because look at everything going on in the background. He's pinned up.
Right.
And then he's got guys running up to get him. Like, that's got a lot going on. And that's such a cool. Okay, I got 2 more to show. Now, I'm not a fan of the covers where there's a lot going, like a lot of different boxes.
Yeah, I feel like they maybe didn't have a cover, so they quickly got someone in the art department to throw it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, did I show it's this one. So this one is
Spirit.
And they're 13 or 9. 9 of those put together. And I've already come across 2. I've read 2. And then look, we're ending with this. Now that could be these are Warren magazines, right? That really looks like a Warren magazine cover.
Right. And I think that's another Ken Kelly painting.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Wait, did we see the women issue? Where this one. I didn't like look at how
these
women are. Look the way they're drawn. And she's just bathing in the money. Look at her.
Yeah.
All right. That's a gold mine. Thank you, Sleepy. That's
I'm glad I could find someone who would appreciate them.
Jules Pfeiffer just passed away, and he wrote that classic book, Great Comic Book Heroes.
Right.
And that's where I first read The Spirit, was in that book.
Me too, actually. And Pfeiffer also was an assistant to Eisner and helped write some of the stories.
Yep.
So it's Sleepy now, right? Sleepy?
Yep. Okay, I still am going by themes.
You really prepared for this.
Sort of. Now I can't find what I want, but so I bought a few issues of Plop today.
Oh, right.
And I almost didn't want to buy this cover. It's so disturbing. So this is 5 covers that I find disturbing.
Wow.
That's like his toenails, I guess.
Yes.
And then you get the full drawing on the back.
Oh, man.
And this is, of course, Basil Wolverton.
You need those see-through comic backing boards for that one.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
Unfortunately, I don't think there was ever any Basil Wolverton on the interiors of Plop. It looks like a lot of Sergio Aragonés, which I am totally happy with. But I would have liked to have seen more Basil.
Yeah, I have 2 issues of Plop, but I don't have that one.
Well, these, normally I found Plop to be very expensive, and I pass on it. But the store had very good prices, like $4 for Plop. Then I got Hup with a disturbing Robert Crumb cover. If only Robert Crumb were gay, you could really have some fun with him.
Wow, that's hilarious. That cover. Man, she's just kicking it. Oh, look at that. I would not want to be walking home from the bar and see that. No way.
A lot of Rosie.
And then, although I've already showed 5 Jimmy Olsens, I thought this was kind of a disturbing Jimmy Olsen cover.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think I have that one. Okay. No,
What's different about this man?
I'm not sure.
Secret of the Forbidden Face.
Wow.
That was 4, and I have a bunch of options for my most disturbing. Well, the plop covers are the most disturbing.
Ew. We
That's
saw
a
the
Wally
back
Wood.
covers. Wow.
Oh, you saw this back cover?
Yeah,
Before I did.
I saw that.
Holy
It
cow!
is Wolverton.
Those are cool, though. Honestly, look at how. That's really
I
cool.
feel like we're going too far inside of Wolverton's mind here.
Yeah, that's really cool.
It's interesting because at this point, I think he might have already gone through his conversion to a born-again Christian. So later in his life, he did a lot of Christian books.
Yeah.
So that's my 5 disturbing covers.
How did he? Paolo asked, "How the hell did those covers pass?"
That's a really good question.
There's
Yeah,
nothing,
there's some that are
weird.
even more disturbing than those.
but there's nothing sexy, like not sexy.
Well, but they often look like a naked person doing weird things. Actually, I have another plop cover like
You're
this.
just showing off ginormous toenails. Yeah,
That's Wally Wood.
Oh, that's Wally Wood. You're right. You're right. Yeah, it even says Wood right there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Who's next? Is it?
I guess that's me.
Oh, okay. I'm telling you, I can't keep track of this.
Next, I've got some hardbacks that I picked up.
3 is too
Okay.
high a number for me.
The shop where I used to work had a 50% off sale, so I got the Incal by Mobius.
Nice.
I think I read an issue or 2 of that in, I don't know whether it was Dark Horse Presents or Heavy Metal, but I'm looking
I
forward
think it
to reading
originally was in Heavy Metal. That's where I
Yeah.
first saw parts of it.
So I think I'm looking forward to reading that.
I've never
And
read
this
that.
one, he had it marked at 40% off, and then he did 50% of the 40% off. So I got this one for $15.
Wow.
The
Oh, that's so
Shock
cool.
Illustrated. I don't know if you can see.
So, was
Yeah,
it
that's
comics? They call it Picto Fiction, but was it
Picto
actually,
Fiction.
is
Yeah.
that just a way to make it sound more grown up?
Well, they didn't have comic books. They would just write. It was
Oh,
like
I
written
see.
in prose, and then they would have like drawings in it. And there was one issue. There's a unpublished Frazetta. I don't think he finished all the art. Let me see if I can find it. But the art's really cool.
Hmm.
Too much dead air. Oh, here it is.
Oh,
New colors on the Incal. That sounds bad. Well, that's nice art.
it's Frazetta. He said that was never published because it wasn't finished.
Wow.
Well, they never published that issue, so Frazetta never finished it. And I don't know who ended up with the art. I don't know whether Frazetta has the art or whether Mother Gaines kept it.
Right. I think Gaines was very big on keeping art,
Yeah.
so he probably did.
But Frazetta was really big on keeping his art too, so he did
I
get
know.
that cover back from that Weird Science
Science.
Fantasy 28 with the caveman. He did manage
Right.
to
And that
hold on
was,
to
I
one.
heard that, well, it might be wrong information, but I heard that was the only time Gaines ever gave someone back their art.
No, it might have been. And I think you've got this one, right?
Yes, I
Sleeping?
do. You do. A good memory. Yeah.
I got this at Half Price Books. I got a good deal on it. I had,
Oh, sweet. Because that's a really nice book.
yeah, I like Gray Morrow. I've just, I've collected his comic books for a long time, and this book is kind of fun. I've kind of been reading his biography or what artists have to say about him. He was quite a character. Show a little bit of the art on the inside.
Mhm.
He worked on a lot of things. He worked on the Tarzan comic strip and worked on a lot of really interesting stuff.
At some point, he did some kind of like soap opera comic strip in the newspapers. I can't remember which one.
Oh, he did Buck Rogers in soap opera strip. I'm not sure.
I can't remember now. I've seen pages of it for sale on Heritage. That's why I've even heard of
Oh,
it. I can't remember now what it was.
interesting. Maybe the Heart of Julia Jones or something. Maybe work for Stan Drake.
I'll have to look. Maybe.
And another one I got at Half Price Books was All Star Comics Volume 2, which has the first appearance of Wonder Woman. It's got
Really?
I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8. But
I didn't know that. I thought her first appearance was Sensational Comics or whatever.
no, it was in All Star Comics number 8.
That's cool.
And one other hardback I got was, I don't know if you're familiar with Peter Arno, who's a New Yorker cartoonist.
Mm-hmm.
I've recognized his name, yeah, from the New Yorker,
But his strips are fun. They're I don't know. They're just they're New Yorker cartoons from the 50s, so they're like kind of dated and not really funny anymore. But I enjoy his work.
Did he put comics also in Playboy?
Maybe, possibly.
I don't know. So I believe that, Steve. A lot of us just grab art that we gravitate towards. So
Yeah.
my turn, I think. So I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna show off the Two Strange Adventures. This one, it's like, how could all the water on Earth suddenly freeze in the middle of a heat wave? And look at that one. Like, I guess you could lick it. I don't know. She's trying to get a drink of water from the fountain. That one's pretty funny. And then this Earthman is sacrificing himself for the rest of us to survive.
Ooh, Kaluta cover. I like Kaluta.
That one's neat. Next is this hilarious character from Superman who reminds me of that one movie character with Sean Connery. I never can remember his name. I've never seen the movie.
Zardoz is the movie.
Zardoz.
But
Yeah.
this guy's name is like Zarvox or something.
And he's like, well, I killed Lois Lane because my wife was murdered. A life for a life. And this one is, so I'm warming up to Joe Kubert. Some of his work is really interesting. Like this, I love this, the perspective of this, where everyone's coming down the stairs, they're getting ready to shoot him, and the old man is got a gun hidden. Like, he won't take them all out, but he'll get one or two of them before he goes. I mean, that's really nice perspective in that comic.
Yeah. Cool details on the guy's face, too.
But this one is even better. And this one is, so for example, this one is 177. This one was 163. And it's the same comic, but 10 issues later. But this one is by Ken Barr. And I just think when you compare the art on this, which is nice, but then you look at this art, like, this is so nice. I don't know. Am I allowed to do that? I just think this Ken Barr art is much better than the Kubert, even though I like the Kubert. Look at this cover. That is so good.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Ken Barr?
No?
I didn't even know he ever did comics.
Ken Barr. Yeah, it's right there in the corner. So what do you think? Which is the better cover? This one or that one?
They're
What do you
both
think,
pretty
Ryan?
nice.
They're both really good. I just always connect to Kubert's line work, I guess.
Wow, I think that's so good.
I agree with Stevie D. My comic book collection is my personal art gallery.
So Gore Vidal, I never really liked Joe Kubert. I think he's especially like, he's so liney. It's just like, these really thin lines. It always looks unfinished to me, like someone just colored, a sketch. To me, but anyways, I know a lot of you or everyone doesn't agree with that. All right, here is 2 painted covers. This is a Fighting Marines, and you can see this one is like it's got like all this weird stuff on the cover. I don't care. I like that image. And then this one is another one. Now the problem with a lot of these painted covers is that they're so dark, right? I mean, it's like they didn't have the technology to properly put a painted cover onto a comic, right? Because they all look like really dark. Even the one that you showed, I think it was Donald showed a painted cover earlier. I think it might have been.
Yeah, that Korg.
Yeah, it's beautiful, but it's dark. Like, so.
Some of the painted covers come out better than others, probably depending on the shades of colors that they use.
Yeah.
So there you go. I don't know about you guys. This is what I have left. So that's why I snuck in 7 in that time because I thought
I took you seriously that we were going to be very limited. So
are you almost done?
I have random other stuff I can show if you want to keep going.
Okay, I have one other stack, about, I don't know, 7 or 8 books.
Okay, so I might have to show a whole bunch at once.
Yeah, why don't you keep going, show some more.
Okay, the next I have are 3 flashes. I got 6 flash recently, and these were my favorite covers. This is another person that I don't normally like. I can't remember his name. I always mix him up with someone else. But sometimes I enjoy his art. Like, what is the name of the artist of this?
Is it Carmine Infantino?
That one. Oh, like some of his.
What number is that?
So gross.
He was great in the 60s, and something went wrong in the 70s with his art
with
style.
those Invaders issues and 336.
His work on Nova.
I like this one.
Right.
He's like, look at the way he's like trying to dig her out, like his hand is going. Wah, wah, wah.
He was the classic Flash artist, and I think Adam Strange.
And here is this one has got like a real horror influence. This Flash with this like hand popping up out of the grave.
Yeah,
maybe that's
disturbing.
Yeah, maybe it's this character, the red, the yellow. The Reverse Flash. I don't know. I haven't read these, and I like this cover too. I like the perspective of it. I think that's a neat cover, actually, and it's that same artist. So
that's Carmine Infantino, inked by Klaus Janson.
Oh, Klaus Janson. Yeah, who's the one? That's interesting because Klaus Janson gets some of these weird artists to work with. Like he did a lot of the Frank Miller stuff on Daredevil.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, should I do a couple more or move on?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay, I've got they did a 4 issues miniseries or a series of Prez, the first team president. I don't know. Have any of you read this?
Oh yeah, Joe Simon.
Yeah, I read it.
Was it good? Because I got 2 issues.
Really. It's not really that good.
Kind of terrible. Kind of good in a terrible kind of way.
It's interesting. It's unique. It's unique.
I think I can see Donald Trump wearing that shirt. You know.
Okay, there is some kind of creature that has no legs. He's on like a wheel thing. Like what is going on? I don't know. That is a weird comic. But I need the other 2. I only have 2 of them, and I'll show this. Now I have.
Let me do a $1 box near you.
Oh, I'm jealous of that Flash Gordon.
I've got 2 or 3 of these. If you want them, I'll give them to you. It's not that big a deal.
No. I'll find them eventually. That looks like a Al Williamson drawing to me.
Yeah.
Although there's a signature. Right, it is Williamson, I think.
Yeah, it says it there. Yeah, Al Williamson. Okay. Wow. I reduced my stack. Who's up?
I forget if it's me or.
I think you're up, Sleepy.
Okay.
Sleepy's up.
Okay, 5 random comics, or I could show more if you want, but I don't know when, but I got a hold of Vic and Blood,
Ooh.
Chronicles of a Boy and His Dog. I don't know if it's the same story as just the movie A Boy and His Dog, or the Harlan Ellison story, or if Vic and Blood is a sequel.
Is that Wrightson cover? Like,
No,
Vic
it's
Blood, isn't that the character from A Boy and His Dog?
yes. So it's called Vic and Blood: The Chronicles of a Boy and His Dog.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's an adaptation of the story or a continuation. It's a black and white Corbin art on the inside.
oh, it's Corbin. Okay.
Yeah, it's Corbin. Sorry, I thought you heard me.
Hmm.
And there's issue 2. So I don't know how many issues there were from Mad Dog Graphics
Oh, that's a cool
from
find.
1988. Oh, but these are reprints because it says they're copyrighted at different times. So
Yeah,
over
but you
the
get those
years,
gorgeous covers.
Did you see the movie?
I did with what's his name? The guy from Miami Vice.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie.
Cult classic.
It's kind of a sexist story, right?
Yeah. He thinks he's going to get the mate with all these girls, and then
Right. Well, I'd have to spoil the ending to say exactly.
Yeah.
Here's a random Iron Man issue.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
This is Keith Pollard and Alfredo Alcala on the art.
Nice.
Moon Wars.
A nice team, but maybe not what you would think of as the ideal Iron Man artist team.
Is he got roller skates, iron skates there? I think so.
I think he did have roller skates.
He did have roller skates back in the day.
Look at that. He's got roller skates on.
Pre-Dazzler or whatever.
Oh, well. And then a later issue of Star Reach in color.
It's like Ken Stacy.
It says Brunner.
Oh, Brunner. Wow.
That is trippy.
That's not recognizable as Brunner.
Wow. I like when they do that. They give the
And
full
it's
art.
mostly still in black and white. And I hate when they adapt a story and they don't really adapt it. So it's just the story on the side with some illustrations. It's a famous Roger Zelazny story. So the color part's here.
Wow.
It's not a lot of color. Oh, here, I'm going to get you kicked off. Of
Oh, you're going to ban my channel. Don't do that.
Equal time there. Wait, this looks like it might be Ken Stacy.
You're going to get demonetized there, David.
Gore is going to complain, I think.
Yeah, there is Ken Stacy in here. This is Ken Stacy work.
Yeah. He did a lot of work for Star Reach.
And a random Micronauts. That looks like a golden cover to me.
Looks like
Absolutely.
Great
I love
colors.
Micronauts. I grew up with
But
Micronauts.
inside, it's Howard Chaykin and Al Milgrom.
Mm.
I did not know Howard Chaykin did Micronauts.
Did you actually read that one? Like after you bought it?
No.
I'm wondering if it holds up. I haven't read them since I was a kid.
I actually bought the Micronauts omnibus that came out recently, so I should read it.
Mm.
I liked it as a kid, but you're right, it might not hold up.
It was such a Star Wars ripoff.
Don Johnson, right?
Was it the omnibus or the artist edition?
I got the omnibus. Is there an artist edition for Micronauts?
Yeah,
There's a
so.
golden, I think so.
Oh boy. It's better that I don't even know these things exist sometimes.
Well, Gore, I'm of the opposite. You know, I don't know why the girl was necessary in that. Thank you very much, Gore. All right, so we're up to. Oh wait, you didn't slide. I thought I did that so well. Slide over. He won't slide.
The Slide Master is losing his
There
grip.
you go.
Oh, there I am. I got one more stack left, and these are more or less the new comics that I've been reading. And this new one just came out this week from Rick Remender, Seasons.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've
you
heard
were
about that one. I've been
It
curious.
looks like it looks pretty good. It's just weird. I don't know. It's like this city has been disappeared, or nobody can get in touch with it, and then there's this other character. It's called Seasons, and this she's like a mail carrier, and she can't hold on to this letter.
The art looks nice.
It keeps blowing out of her hands, and going off into the bird gets it, and a cat gets it, and this is the girl, and her name. It turns out the letter is to her, and her name is Spring. I think Spring Seasons.
Spoiler.
So I wonder if there's going to be a mythological aspect to it or something.
But
Existential.
It's a double issue and reads real quick, so
yeah,
I enjoyed it. It's called The Seasons. Yeah, The Seasons.
I find Rick Remender's books take some patience to figure out what they're really about.
Yeah.
But they're usually very good once you do figure it out.
Another one I'm reading of his is The Sacrificers. Although I confess I'm a few issues behind, so I don't really know what's going on in this one. But
I like that cover.
The ones I've read, I've really enjoyed. And this is the last issue of Tom King and Berquist Everly. I can never pronounce her name.
Right.
Helen Winhorn. This is the ultimate last issue. Kind of let me down a little bit, but it was pretty good. It was a good series, though. I liked it.
Yeah. I felt the same way. That last issue felt like it was missing something.
Just kind of jammed it all into the end, and it wasn't.
But it was a beautiful book, and I enjoyed reading it.
Yeah. And then I got Cruel Kingdom, which is science fiction short stories. It's they're okay. They were okay.
I haven't read that one yet.
And Eric Havens, The Damned. This was pretty good.
Yeah, I really liked that, but it was a really quick read.
Yeah. I like his artwork.
It made me just hope he put out another issue soon.
He did a book called Tales of Infamy or something like that.
Yeah, I have that book.
It was like a smaller size book.
Mm-hmm.
A couple issues. Yeah. I enjoyed that one too. And of course I got Fantastic Four #1.
Collector's item.
My mint copy.
You're a rich man now.
Yep. Yeah. I got that one too. So happy.
And Absolute Wonder Woman, 4 issues. I read the first issue. I haven't read the other 3.
I've only read the first one. I really liked it.
I bought it on David's recommendation.
Yeah. So I hope it's good.
And I got an issue of Power Girl.
Why'd you buy that? I wonder.
Yeah. And that's all I got.
All right. Is it me or Sleepy? It's me, right?
You, yeah. Yeah.
All right. Dragging over.
You're the only one with book stuff. So.
I got another painted cover. Now that one's nice and bright.
Right. So if you use bright colors, it works.
Yeah. Look at that.
That's a bizarre cover, though.
I know. Why is that thing flying? It looks like
I like it a lot, but it is weird.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it's going to hug them and eat them at the same time.
Yeah. I got Tiger Man #1. So I'm on my Atlas Comics kick, and it's harder to get the #1s, right? And so I bid on this one and I won it, but I decided that every Atlas comic that I just put $5, and no matter what, however much I win it for, usually I get it for like 2 or 3. Some of them I don't get, and I won this one. And then I have a couple of these DC first issue specials, and this is a Kubert cover that does not look very Kubert at all. Like when you really look at it,
better Kubert cover.
Yeah, but I actually really like this one. It's when you really look at it, you can tell it's Kubert, right? Because of the lines.
Sure.
But this is not.
Proportions are kind of off.
Yeah, it's just. I guess I like the covers, and maybe it's because it's more science fiction-y. And then this one is another first issue. I love that cover. And look at this. When I won it, I didn't know it had all that. It's like half the cover's gone down there.
Oh, no.
But look at what a gorgeous cover that is. You got all these like
I don't know who
writhing,
did that one.
Is it
dancing
Tim
monsters.
Aparo?
It
Oh.
says
Maybe.
EC, not Ernie.
Oh, Ernie
Chan?
Chua or Ernie
Yeah,
Chua.
right. Is that really doesn't look like him, does it?
Yeah, but his style on covers at DC wasn't as recognizable as his.
I know, but look at the weird
yeah.
colors, orange, purple. That's just a weird but beautiful cover, I thought.
Yeah.
This is a reprint, and it's also not in the best shape. It's got like a corner up here missing. But we've got this reprint of Swamp Thing, Bernie Wrightson.
Can't go wrong with that.
No. And I got another number 1, and this is an Atlas Target.
I used to have the original art to that cover.
Really?
I bought it in a show in Indianapolis from Dick Giordano for $35.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
And I was going to say, I mean,
And did you sell it? Or
Yeah, I sold it for $100 or something.
Well,
I
at
had
the
a
time,
number
that
of
probably would have
covers.
seemed like a big profit, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I wish, I was young and dumb, I would get things like that. And I think, well, I'll always be able to get it for that, and
What else are you going to think? Yeah.
yeah.
And then, but look at the perspective on this. This is a really.
I don't think anyone could have imagined how expensive original art would become back in the day.
No.
Wow. Sorry. Next, I have this Doom Patrol. And Sleepy, was it you who that was talking about somebody inventing this frame?
Well, someone on one of our streams said it was Gil Kane who.
But that was for the Marvel.
But I don't know if anyone, I think it's a thing that was around, and then Marvel decided to do it on all their issues for their anniversary.
And like, look at the guy in the mud or
Robot
quicksand.
Man.
I can't help you. Forgive me, please. And look at this creature. It's pretty fun.
It's one of the Marvel ones.
Here, let's see.
Right. Yeah, and people call them picture window covers. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's-
Yeah.
It's from 1971.
Right. So a lot for most of 71, they were doing those covers. Maybe starting in August of 71, because that's when the Fantastic Four came out in August of 61.
Yeah.
So should I show these, or should we do one more round?
I don't have anything else.
I could show more. You want to go back and forth?
Yeah. You're out, Donald.
I'm out.
You know what I realized? I can do what I made my background with. There's these things that are almost like an artist edition, but like a paperback thing, and it's called an artist proof. So this is an artist proof from Witches. Did you ever read Witches by Scott Snyder?
I wanted to.
And Jock. I think it was Jock. Yeah, Jock. And it had, this is black and white. It had incredibly bizarre colors that were splatters of color all over.
Wow.
So for a while I was into collecting these. People don't do them so much anymore. So so I have 5 of them, keeping with the 5 thing. This is 7 to Eternity, one of those Rick Remender books with art by Jerome Opeña. And I think this contains the first 2 issues worth of art.
Wow. Those are cool. Yeah. Probably affordable too at the time.
It was pretty expensive, $25.
Oh.
I mean, I'm sure I got it on a discount probably from In Stock Trades or maybe my shop. This one was interesting. At one point, Brian Stelfreeze was a big star. So Boom was so happy to get him. I remember they made a big deal out of this book, but this book never made a big splash. And so they thought he was such a popular artist that they put out one of these things. And his art is really cool in black and white.
Yeah.
Oh. I've never.
I don't hear much about Brian Stelfreeze anymore.
Wow, that's sad.
So it was this thing called Daymen, and I think they were people who were working for vampires, if I remember correctly. So during
Familiars.
the
Is that what they call them? Familiars?
And then George Perez's creator-owned book Sirens, which wasn't really that big of a hit.
I never heard of that one. Oh,
put it
that one's
out?
going to be nice.
It was also from Boom. Boom is the one who did the most of these kind of artist proofs.
Mm.
Or Boom called them just pen and ink. But this one's unique because it has the inks, and at the bottom of each page, George tells you what he was thinking about, what the reasons he did things. And then the second half of the book is the pencils of the same issue.
Ah.
Oh,
So
that's
he must have done the inks and pencils separately. And then they've gone ahead and put the dialogue in, I assume, with a computer over the pencils.
That's cool.
And there's more commentary from George at the bottom. So if you're a George Perez fan, this is a cool item to have, even though Sirens was not one of his better works writing-wise, unfortunately, because he can write well. And then another favorite book art-wise of mine is Black Science.
Yeah.
And Matteo Scalera. This one was $20, and I think it's the first two issues also. But this stuff is just beautiful in black and white.
Isn't that about the family that, like,
that travels between dimensions?
I didn't like.
And this one was, the colorist kind of created almost paintings over it. So it's actually quite an interesting. I should do a video someday comparing the black and white art and the color art. So that's 5 of those.
Yeah, everybody likes that Black Science, and I was just like,
Well, I liked it, but I was kind of critical of it too. Like, it had so many cliffhangers all the time.
Yeah,
that it was a little too extreme.
Yeah, I don't think I like where it went in the end.
I don't think I finished reading it.
I read the whole thing and I was like, ugh.
Yeah,
all right.
I need to read the rest of it.
Wait, Donald, did you find something that you wanted to jump in with, or no?
Well, I did have one book that I picked up I thought was really cool.
Okay, show it off.
So Mobius Blueberry.
Ooh.
Wow.
Found that at Half Price Books, but it wasn't really cheap. Wow. I think I gave $15 for it. But
it looks very European.
Yeah.
Well, I assume
Jules Gerard, Mobius.
That's a lot of writing.
Yeah.
Someone's
it's on French. So it's like I can't read it.
Oh yeah.
But I can look at the pictures.
You can use Google Translate or Google Glass or whatever it's called.
But the art looks really nice.
You get the app and you just point your phone at the text and it will translate it for you.
I could try that. I like that cover though. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and the back cover too. It's a nice book.
It's kind of fascinating how Mobius had this completely different style for his Westerns.
Yeah, for the blueberries, yeah.
Gore says you got a deal.
Yes, I think you did. I think normally that would be $50 or $60.
I got 7 left, and 3 of them are Batman. So I've got another Kubert cover, and here's his. What is it? Our Army at War, and the tank is barreling down on him. He's got to get that Molotov cocktail. I think even if he throws it, will that save him? I still think he'll get squashed.
I think you have a good point. I don't think a Molotov cocktail would do anything against a tank.
And
you
then,
have to get it in the hole. Yeah.
Speaking of Perez, look at this cool cover. And the way all the Titans are falling. Like, Kid Flash is almost doing a ballet dance. But look, Robin, like, this is cool art. This is like that beautiful yellow cover. I just think that's so cool. And I do like I think it's probably the next issue where Brother Blood is bathing and coming up out of the blood.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Here's a Jack Kirby OMAC. I only need 2 more issues to finish this series. So, yeah. There's only 7 of them, or no, 9? Something like that.
7, I think.
Oh, so then this one would
and one ends with kind of a cliffhanger, the last one. And if you go online, you can find someone drew the 8th issue.
Oh.
Like they made up their own 8th issue and drew it as if they were.
I did read this. I read it in the trade. Now this comic, I only bought it for the cover. It's ridiculous. the Destroyer or the Destroyers, the Destroyer, Mayhem in the Morgue. But it's a Walt Simonson cover. I mean, look at that. It's hilarious, and it's a 4-issue series, and I needed them all. I looked them up, and they're all Walt Simonson. They're all like fun. I mean, look at this guy like kicking him, flying across the room, and it's all happening in a morgue. Mayhem in the Morgue.
Good morgue
Right.
comic.
The last 3 are Batman, and so I'm going to show 2 Byrne. Byrne did Batman briefly, and I mean, I'm just a sucker for Byrne art. I like he doesn't show Batman; he just shows the cowl. I mean, he does interesting things as an artist.
But it
And,
looks like he's not the interior artist.
it does say Byrne, Aparo, and DeCarlo. He
Right,
might
so
be. You want me to see?
Aparo is probably the interior artist.
Yeah.
I'll check for you. You're dragging things out here, but that's all right.
There's nothing wrong with Aparo art. I'm not complaining. I just
This does not look like. Yeah, you're right. It's definitely it's not Byrne, but look at that. Look at that. They found him all like strung up. Yeah, and there's an advertisement for Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Player's Handbook. All right.
Yeah, if Neil Adams had never drawn comics, Jim Aparo would be a god.
That's an interesting.
But would Jim Aparo have drawn the same way if Neil Adams hadn't been there?
That's another good point.
You guys are getting surreal. Like you're getting.
It'd be great to go to an alternate universe where Neil Adams never did any art. See what comic book art looked like after that period.
Yeah.
And here's
Well,
another.
there was always still Stan Drake.
Right.
Standard. So here's another Byrne one, where Batman really isn't on the cover of this.
Right.
There's
someone's dressed up as Batman.
Yeah, and you got this looming Batman.
Yeah.
Like, look at the window. It's so cool in the background.
Those are very clever covers.
Byrne is such a great artist. Now, if you take his art apart, you do see flaws. But overall, as an artist, he's really good. And he's really clever and creative. And then my final one is, this is a Batman one-shot. It's called Batman Spectacular. And it's hilarious because it says, Batman, find my killer or I'll rise from my grave and hang you by the neck until you are dead. And I was thinking, well, that's Batman's job. You don't really have to threaten him. He would do it anyway. I mean, that's silly.
I'm guessing that's a Marshall Rogers cover. Is there a signature?
Let's see. I can't see. Wait, it does say something over here. You're right, Marshall. But it just says Marshall, not Rogers.
Could be Marshall. I don't know.
I think Michael Golden drew that Batman. Which one? Not that one. That's got to be Byrne. You think? That's definitely.
No, it's the other one that you showed.
This one,
Michael Golden signing as Marshall. I don't think that's.
Yeah, this one. That doesn't look like Golden to me at all.
Well, it could have been, but I remember that Marshall liked to draw the square jaw.
Marshall.
He liked to. Marshall Rogers liked to return to the old school Batman.
Okay, so I'm finally finished. If it is a good one, the one with the noose. Oh, yeah, so this one, Marshall, that we're saying. Anyways, yeah, and this is the best buy in comics. He probably means the interior. All right, I could check for you.
Can have both.
Golden
Can have Marshall Rogers
Terrence.
and Michael Golden.
Michael Golden drawing interior. That would be cool. Oh, look, it's actually got a not a wraparound. It's actually got
A back
art
cover.
from the back. Yeah. Now let's see. This is. Oh man, the interior art is cool. I might just have to show this off. Wow, this is good art.
Then maybe it is Michael
Mike
Golden.
Nasser, Joseph Rubinstein. Nasser and Rubinstein. Wow. This
Nasser was a definite disciple of Neil Adams, I believe.
This looks like Neil Adams. It's screaming it. I mean, Wait, look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, this art is cool. Wait, I think I'll have to read this tonight. Look at this.
Yeah.
I mean, that is corny, but freaking cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's gliding like a bat. That's hilarious. It's just page after page of really cool art. I'm glad you forced me to open this up, even though it's not Michael Golden. Oh wait, there's different stories in here. This one is Denny O'Neil with Michael Golden on the second story.
Ah.
So this
Never
one does
doubt
have
the
Golden
knowledge
here.
of gore.
There's
I definitely have to dig this thing up.
I think I've
Oh,
got that book.
All that art, interior art.
oh wait.
Like
Oh,
interior.
I was like, there's a page gone, but no, it's like folded over.
Well, that's better than it being missing.
Folded the page over. Oh gosh, that's funny. Yeah, this is Michael Gold, and here's Ra's al Ghul. Like, I don't know why he's like faded. I don't know if that's the comic or if it's supposed to be like that.
Maybe he's
Probably
looking
coming
at
out of
Batman
it.
coming back to consciousness.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. And good point. And let's see, is there another story after that?
Probably a Marshall Rogers story.
This one is by Dennis O'Neil and W.M. Rogers. And this one's got a really cool perspective. I'm sorry, I can't find the camera. Look at that one.
Yeah.
They're looking up. This is a cool comic.
That's not really a comic story, though. It's like text and
You're
pictures,
right.
isn't it? Yeah.
What'd you call it? Pictofiction.
Yeah.
It's pictofiction. Oh my gosh.
I don't think I like, though that's too much fiction and not enough.
I don't want to read that one. No, but I will.
Dan
Wow.
O'Neill got a little wordy, and Rogers is like, "Oh, I could do this easy."
Yeah. Hey, this is a pretty cool comic.
That's
It's
a great
got-
item.
Really
It's called
great.
like Batman Spectacular or something. It's got
Yeah.
a strange name.
And there's only one of these because when I put
I'm
it in
gonna
my
have to hunt
Wait a
that
minute.
down.
yeah, Batman Spectacular. And you know what? The funny thing is there's better art on the interior. They could have gotten a better cover. Although I'm not saying that's a bad cover. It's not.
I agree. The all the interior art's better than that cover.
Wow.
Do you know that Marshall Rogers did a Batman Sunday strip for a while?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was like he only drew it for about a month or something, and somebody else took it over. But it was called Marshall Rogers Batman.
Huh.
I've got a lot of examples from that.
Was that in the 70s or later?
I think it was the 80s, like
Okay.
mid 80s.
Oh, sorry, I'm still on big. And I'm
Marshall Rogers was a huge star at the time that he was
Yeah.
doing his work.
Woo, so,
Do-do-do-do.
all right,
Whoa.
we're done now. I think we're getting loopy. I'm not even looking at the screen, and I'm full big. So, unless you guys have anything else you want to say, I guess we're done. Dang, we went 2 hours. Save me that can.
2 hours. Oh man.
1:48. So thank you both, and stick around after. And I'm going to go ahead and end.
Should I mail you all my beer cans?
Hey Terrence, good to see
If
you.
they're really nice,
In the
I'll
comments.
take them. Yeah. All right. Let me end.
Well,
And
a great bunch of people in the comments here, and they all turned out to be right.
so
We shouldn't
you
have doubted
always
you.
want to show me up as host. Yeah, I should have said that. Thank you, everybody. Oh wait, Gore said that. Good seeing you all. Yeah, I always forget my duties as host, but whatever.
Bad
Okay,
man.
bye. Good night, everyone.
Good night.